You are listening to Community Radio, WRFG Atlanta 89.3 FM, your station for progressive information.
Send us as a messenger to teach you taboo roots and culture, and tell you my today fi that's all I anyway I am. Send us as a messenger to teach you taboo roots and culture, and tell you my today fi that's all I anyway I am.
This is 89.3. If anybody from out of town, wherever you're from, New York, Miami, Brooklyn, DC, Toronto, London, Jamaica, Virgin Islands, Trinidad, Bahamas, Barbados, 404-523-8989. Call it. Big up all of your people.
My radio name is Skywalker or Changes. It's because I also play in a song called Changes from Jamaica. When I got here to Georgia, came in straight from Jamaica, I couldn't hear anything that spoke to me. You know, commercial radio didn't speak to me. One day my scan hit a reggae beat. It was this station. When I found out that was a volunteer station, I said, yeah, I have to help these people because what they do is very important.
My name is Miss Dia, and I'm a radio personality, producer, and salesperson for WRFG. I moved here to Atlanta, and everyone kept telling me, like, you need to be at WRFG. So when I came down and I, met some of the people and everything, I knew that this is where I would fit in because just because of my mission, as far as our missions, I say, are parallel.
Well, I was an avid listener. I also listened to WLIB in New York and WBAI in New York that are similar stations in terms of content. And I knew when I moved here, one of the things that I always would do, no matter where I go and what neighborhood I go in, is find out what's the radio station that people should listen to that's awakening the people and that's trying to bring about change.
There are different opinions and different angles looking at the same situation. I think that's the beauty of WRFG.
It is also a show that is informative about Africa because we have the feeling that a lot of people don't get enough information about the continent of Africa, and what they do get is not exactly on the positive side. So this is an educational program as well as an entertainment program, and it's kind of in the magazine format so that a person would be able to hear the music, the genres of music that come out of Africa, because we know that everything does anyway, okay, but also to know more about what the continent is really about.
When this station was founded 30 years ago, you didn't have the broad immigrant international population here in this city that you do today. And one of the things that WRFG has done to reflect that is to include more programming from different parts of the world here in the station, both in news gathering and what goes on in our music formats too.
To present Caribbean music in a way that is appreciated by those in the culture and educate those who are not from the culture or people who are from the culture who may have been away from the culture for a long time, about the way that's done, and at the same time give information through interviews, news, so on, about what's happening in the Caribbean and in the Caribbean community here.
You can't go to any station and ask them about legal advice, how do we help the homeless, or just anything from community service to our outreach programs, And even with the music side of it, you can't call a radio station and just ask them to play a certain song for you. Like, as opposed to here, someone can call me and I can pull out the record and or the CD and play it for them. So that helps to interlink the community with the radio station.
Being on the air is definitely not about the person who's the host. It's really about the community of listeners. And you have a responsibility to that community of listeners to educate them, to uplift them, and to be their voice. This is not about you.
Just keep supporting WRFG and so that you can have a voice, we can have a voice, people's voice, an alternative voice besides nonsense that's on the right side of the dial. You know, we call ourselves the right station on the left side of the dial, and that's for real. And in order to keep that up, we need your continued support. So keep supporting WRFG, keep tuning in, 89.3 FM. You can go to the website, www.wrfg.org. Keep supporting WRFG. I love this place.